Hello students, in the last tutorial we have gone through Jira, that how to write up the user stories in Jira, and in this video we are going to learn how to write up the effective test cases from the requirement documents like FSD, functional specification document, or from the other source like Jira. So by the way, a simple question is why to write up the test cases? What are the uses of writing up the test cases? We can simply go to the site and we can do the testing, but the test case writing is very important before we actually do the testing, because it makes sure that we cover every single functionality. We won't forget any single functionality. And also when we execute it, when we go through each and every single test case, then we get an idea that these particular things we have tested and these things are not being tested yet. So it's a clear picture to us as well as to the entire team that how far we have tested an application and how much is remaining now. So the test cases should be very clear, very robust, and it should cover all the requirements. In some of the test cases we can use a particular data, so we should write up that data in the test cases. So basically test cases consist of mainly steps, that what a user takes a step, and then if we have the test data, write it down, and if we do a particular step, then what is supposed to be happening. So that's called the expected results. And when we test it, then we are going to match with the expected results if the results are same or not. So no worry about it right now. We are going to go through the real scenario once I show you how to write up the test cases. In the later video, we are going to run the test cases, meaning we are going to do the real testing and we are going to go through every single step what we have written during our testing. So just want to let you know, this is just a format that I have chosen, but every company has their own format of writing up the test cases. Some of the companies prefer to write the test cases in QC, that is Quality Center, or ALM, where they write up the test cases and they run the test cases. Some of the companies, they use Jira to write up the test cases and write up the defects. Some of the companies, they use simply an Excel. It's more easier and convenient to use the Excel. So some of the companies use Excel and they write up the defects in Jira and some other bug tracking tool. It could be Bugzilla or anything, but Excel is a very good way to write up the test cases. Also, some of the companies might not write the requirement ID. Some of the companies, they might write the requirements ID and also the test case number. But more or less, it's almost the same, that in the test case, there should be the steps, there should be the expected results, and there should be the actual results. So this is very common that every test case should have it. Okay, so let's go to the first functionality, that is called homepage image gallery. So if we go to Jira and we have this homepage image gallery, this is homepage image gallery. Okay, and if I go to the particular user story in that functionalities, so we have 3 user stories. Okay, the first one says, as a user I want image gallery to be auto-rated. So if I open that user story, there are some acceptance criteria, meaning that we need to test those functionality. It should be working fine. These functionalities are written by SA, BA or PMs, and developers, they see this functionality and they start coding based on that. And as a QA, this is the functionality, these are the things we need to consider when we test it. If we think that there's not enough, the acceptance criteria should be more, then we should contact to BA or SA or PMs to include more requirements in that. So let's say what it says. It says that auto rotation would be in every 3 seconds. If user wants, user can pause it. User can also rotate it manually. An image won't rotate if there is only one book image on the page. So that is very clear requirements that the gallery, the image gallery, what we are going to have on the home page, it will rotate in 3 seconds. So meaning one book will come and after 3 seconds the second book will come, okay, as an image. So this is the first user story, and I have written in the steps that go to iQA Guru homepage, that is the site name iqaguru.com. So go to iQA Guru homepage and watch image gallery. If there is a one book in image gallery, the test data is one book, and you can actually write down the specific book name if you would like in the test data, but it says only one book in the image gallery at this time, then the auto rotate functionality should be stopped, because as the requirement says that image won't rotate if there is only one book image on the page. So the auto rotation should not happen. The second test case is, and you see this is the requirement ID and I have put IQ6 just for our understanding. It makes more clear. This is the IQ6, and whatever we are writing, that is regarding IQ6. Now the second says that go to iQA Guru homepage and watch image gallery with the 2 books in the gallery. It means it should auto rotate, and with the 5 books also it should auto rotate. I'm not going to write for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there is a way of testing that you cannot just make it very tedious. You should be smart that you actually use it 0, you will use it 1, you will use it 10, you will use it 20 or 15 to capture the main idea, that if it works or not. Then we are going to write about the auto rotation time, that the requirement document says that it should auto rotate in every 3 seconds. So that's what we have written here. And then we have written that user can also rotate manually, okay, and when user click manually on the arrow, then books should rotate manually. So that's what we have it here. User can also rotate it manually. So you see, whatever the requirement says, we need to write up our test cases based on that requirements. We should think that maybe developers might not check it, and we should actually test that particular thing, and that's what we write down the negative scenarios as well in the requirements. Now some of the things, if you have noticed that if you go to the requirement document here, we have this image gallery, okay. So now you can actually ask that this is the pause, this is the rotation sign, backward and the forward. So if you think that, you can ask designer that what would be the font size, what would be the background color of it, okay, if they haven't mentioned it. Or you can just ask that, you know, I don't see the size of the books, what's going to be the size in all the books. So we should consider, we should think in the requirement documents, if there's something less, something is lagging behind, that we would like to know how big the book would be and what would be the size, and the position of these arrows, is it correct? Because it looks like it's coming in between. It should be here, just right corner of the book, and here instead of in the middle. Just my perception. So you feel free to ask your manager or your BA about the requirements, that it should be covered fully. So this is regarding all IQ6, okay. Some of the use cases are related to store navigation page. So I'll just pull up that store navigation page stories, and we'll go through some of them. and I will upload that particular test document in the Udemy after the video, so that you can also download it and you can just get an idea of it. Okay, so I'll go to store navigation, user story. So I'll go back. And this is our sprint, and if I go to store navigation page, I would see this story. So it says that as a user, I would like to have all the software testing books on the page. So there shouldn't be any other books on the page. It should be only related to software testing that we need to test it. Okay, so I would write go to store navigation page and verify only software testing books display on the page. Okay, then again we have the requirements. Go to the store navigation page and check the price of the product, then verify the price is correct from the backend. So all the requirements we have to write. Once you have the test cases written, these are the expected results that we are supposed to get, but once you start testing, you might not get the actual result, whatever the requirement says. Then you would write down the actual results here. If the results what you get is not similar to the expected results, then you would create a defect, you would create an issue, and you will assign it to the developer. Once you write up the defect in Jira or any defect tracking tool, you always get a number, a unique number that you're going to write down in the test cases later on, once you get the unique number. So that's the format of the test cases, and I hope that you get an idea about the test cases, how we write down the test cases to cover all the functionalities. And if you have any questions about test cases, feel free to ask me in the message board. I would be more than happy to help you. And also I would upload this test case format into the Udemy so that you can access it also. In the next video, we are going to go through the test plan as well, that before we start the testing, most of the companies, they write up a test plan to let the team members know that what is our approach in testing. Until then, have fun. Bye bye.